Twinkle. As we move through today's service, please bear with us on page numbers and be present in each moment.
Hi, my name is Sasha Yalis, and I'm going to be sharing a piece I wrote with you. Change makes me uncomfortable, and yet it corresponds to so many parts of my life. In fact, a little over 2 years ago, I wrote my drosh for my bat mitzvah about the changes I'd faced throughout the previous year and how I felt about it. But so much has happened since then. More change has occurred, yet again, instilling discomfort in me. There are a few places I feel fully comfortable in, where I can be myself. This is one of those places. This temple has brought me together with my friends and my family. Every year, my family in attendance to these services has decreased. Slowly, my cousins are all graduating, going to college, and then moving away. I found comfort in being surrounded by my family on holidays, but this year, my sister and I are the only 2 out of 13 left. Change is occurring yet again, and so is the familiar feeling of discomfort. Yom Kippur is a holiday about feeling uncomfortable. We are supposed to afflict our souls. We are told to embrace the feelings of discomfort and face it head on. I mean, I'm sure everyone's stomachs are growling in hunger right now, causing that feeling. Another thing that makes me uncomfortable and rather anxious is giving the speech or blowing the shofar. This year, I had the opportunity to attempt to fill my cousin Sam's shoes blowing the shofar, which is also stepping out of my comfort zone in front of hundreds of people, but I feel as if I'm a child again, wearing my mom's heels that were at least 6 sizes too big. I have learned to take a deep breath and to face that feeling. Yom Kippur has also taught me that the uncomfortable feeling created by change, or anything else, isn't the worst thing. Change is inevitable. It's everlasting. If everything in life was static, would it be worth living? So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this speech, it is that change, while it might seem overwhelming and uncomfortable, it is not always a bad thing. I encourage you to embrace the feelings of being uncomfortable instead of running away from it. Who knows, maybe next year you will be the one in my position, once uncomfortable at the bima, now fully confident, taking a challenge head on. Shana Tova.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Can I believe in a God who participates in my life? The chapters of origin that we read on Yom Kippur frame the issue differently. For these sacred passages, personal faith is not the central concern. Individual faith is unpredictable, perhaps based on variables we cannot understand. But when we attach ourselves to the whole congregation of Israel, a God-inspired history and a God-infused way of life can become ours.
If you're able, please rise and join us for the Baruch Hu on page 178.
We are about to say the Shema. If you are able, please stay standing. Find your space, cover your eyes, take a deep breath, and join us on page 186.
Ma Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated.
We will now turn to page 188 for the Ve'ahavta, our prayer for love.
אהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך ובטחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני לאלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני לאלוהיכם.
My name is Liam Mordechai, and this is a reading I would like to share with you. Emotion, the root of all our problems. Anxiety, the never-ending struggle to break free of every feeling. Jealousy, the result of triangles, friendships, and revenge. Lies, the only means for the survival of our teens. Depression, the sensation of paralysis. Darkness, the search for all answers. Meditation, the time to process all the grievances and indiscretions. Atonement, our personal reconciliation with the one above. Forgiveness, the release of anger, disapproval, and despair. Release, the letting go of all the ones we have wronged. Renewal, the vow to be better than before. Community, the embrace of all and everything in this universe. Prayer, to stand humbly before the Almighty. Peace, the hope for humanity. Light, the guide for the new year that will be filled with sweetness and honey.
You're the only one. Courage, walking in the sun, reaching in the dark. Listen to my heart. Courage, back to the start. Milchamo.
Why do we read the book of Jonah on Yom Kippur? Midrash gives us 3 answers. The book of Jonah reminds us of God's mercy. If God can forgive the people of Nineveh, God can forgive us. Teshuvah is a pathway to forgiveness. For example, fasting and holding ourselves as close to death as possible. The final reason is the natural world is in God's hands. We are about to hear an interpretation of the book of Jonah. Enjoy.
Jonah heard a voice saying, "Go where I send you. Don't I have a choice? You're running out of time. Someone has to listen. Someone has to learn before we reach a point of no return." Jonah, he would set sail in the opposite direction, saying, "I would only fail. I can't bear to try." But a storm came up, and Jonah said, "This is because of me." And the sailors prayed and threw him into the sea.
And he sank down into the darkness. And he sank down into the deep. He was swallowed by a whale, they say. And in the belly of his fear, he was safe.
Jonah thought and dreamed in search of another answer. All was lost, it seemed, until he gave into himself, saying, "I must do what I'm meant to do, though it's not what I had planned." And then the whale released him on dry land.
And he rose up out of the darkness, and he rose up out of the deep. The people listened, and they changed, they say. In the city of their fears, they were safe. Jonah's work is done, and the story is far from over. He is sitting in the sun and cursing at the heat, saying, "Nothing is as I expected, and never will be. But then again, it's not all up to me."
Please rise and join us for the Amidah on page 360.
Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia.
be seated.
I lay upon my bed of green, my worries slip away. The drift gone like sticks in a stream on some midsummer day. Upon my bed of green I dream of happier tomorrows. Nestled in the clover blossoms, I can ease my sorrows.
Please hold in your hearts those who need healing physically, spiritually, and mentally at this time.
Misheberach avotenu mekor Abraham leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor Abraham leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Please be seated and take a moment for silent reflection.
God and God of all generations, may our prayer reach your presence. And when we turn to you, do not be indifferent. Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be blameless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong.
At this time of year, we consider our shortcomings and pray that we may find ways to improve ourselves. Please rise and join responsively on page 418. .418. 418. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha.
Ways we have wronged you deliberately and by mistake.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha.
Insincere promises.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha.
Ways we have wronged you by judging others unfairly, and harm we have caused in your world by making light of serious matters.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha.
The ways we have wronged you by giving in to our hostile impulses, and harm we have caused in your world through condescension. Al chet shehatanu lefaneha. Ways we have wronged you through our innermost thoughts, and harm we have caused in your world through the words of our mouths.
Va'al kulam Eloha slichot, slach lanu, machal lanu, kafir lanu.
For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, and lead us to atonement.
Avinu Malkeinu, as Joseph wept and opened a forgiving heart to his brothers, let our hearts be open to those who ask for our forgiveness. Avinu Malkeinu, as the high priest entered the innermost shrine to atone, let our acts of teshuvah touch our innermost life.
Avinu Malkeinu, as Jonah cried out to God, I thought I was driven away. Let us reach for the divine from the depths of our being.
Avinu Malkeinu, as you said to Moses and Israel, you shall be holy, for I am holy. Let us affirm today, we shall pursue holiness in our everyday lives, revering mother and father, providing for the poor, rising before the aged, loving neighbor and stranger as ourselves. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice.
Avinu Malkeinu, she'atanu lefanecha.
We have strayed and sinned before you.
Avinu Malkeinu, ein lanu melech ela ata.
Avinu Malkeinu, you alone are our sovereign.
Page 428.
Avinu Malkeinu, aseh imanu le'aman.
Act towards us as befits your name.
Avinu Malkeinu, chadesh aleinu shana tova.
Avinu Malkeinu, renew for us your goodness.
Avinu Malkeinu, zachor ki afar anachnu.
Avinu Malkeinu, remember we are but dust of the earth.
Avinu Malkeinu, tachei hasha'a shat rachamim veit ratzon milfanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, let this hour in your presence be a time of compassion and acceptance. Avinu Malkeinu, chamol aleinu ve'al ol aleinu v'tapenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our families.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kimanu v'hiyanu lazman hazeh.
Tekiyah, the call to connection. How we will use your voice to connect to people this year. Shevarim, the sound of brokenness. How we will use your voice to express pain this year. Truah, the sound of the alarm. How will you use your voice to sound the alarm of injustice this year?
Tekiyah. Shevarim Truah. Tekiyah.
Tekiyah. Shevarim. Tekiyah.
Tekiyah. Truah. Tekiyah.
Tekiyah.
Shevarim.
Truah. Tekiyah Gadolah.
Please be seated.
I have always been given the freedom to make my own choices about my faith. My parents encouraged my brother and me to take our own path. We both chose to be B'nai Mitzvah and continue to choose to be a part of this community. I was bat mitzvahed about 4 years ago to the day. Yom Kippur has always been a particularly important time for me, not only as a time to reflect on the past year, but also to remember my own first big step into Judaism and adulthood. Every year, I take the time to remember why I chose to become B'nai Mitzvah. I look at how my own beliefs have changed. Why? I mean, truly, why do we gather here on this particular day, refusing to eat or drink? Why do we choose it? It is because we care. We want to open our hearts and our minds to change and self-betterment. We accept physical and emotional vulnerability so that we can grow. We take this time on Yom Kippur to reflect inwardly so that we can step into the new year putting our best selves forward. For the past 10 days, we have looked back on our misdeeds and tried to atone for them in the ways we can. Sometimes, though, I think we confuse what is right from wrong. What we sometimes feel guilty about might not be so bad. What we feel righteous about might not always be right. Today, I want to talk about selfishness because it is so much more complicated than we usually think. Many people during this time of year parse out times they have been selfish in order to apologize for them. Plenty more make it their year's goal to be less selfish. But, and hear me out, I believe selfishness can be a good thing. The opposite of selfishness isn't selflessness. It is neglect. The last selfish thing I did was leave school early to come to this service. Think about it. My teachers put time and effort into the lectures that I'm missing. Now I have to go back to them and make up an additional amount of their time to check in on what I missed. I'm also missing a student government meeting, and now someone else has to take notes in my stead. I could have at least gone for an hour or two and listened to the lecture. But instead, I chose to stay home and use this time for my own personal spiritual growth. I did that with myself in mind, a selfish act. I get to sing instead with this incredible group of people, but I get to be here and a part of this service and uplift with our voices, our minds, and our souls. And tomorrow I can go back to school and feel fuller and enriched by this experience. In the end, I don't think I have anything to feel guilty for. But don't run off after this service thinking selfishness is always good. True selfishness is not something you should strive for. The kind of selfishness I'm referring to is more along the lines of self-care. It is an acknowledgement of your own humanity and your own needs. Give yourself the space to need things, just as you would give others that space. Reach inward today and focus on yourself. It is not always easy to know what the right thing is. You might think the easier, more comfortable route is the one you should choose, because in the short term, the alternative would cause you discomfort. For example, back in the 2021 election, I participated actively in the Democratic campaign. I wrote letters to voters in swing states, did phone banking to help Democrats get registered to vote, and did text banking to help people find their most convenient polling stations. There were so many times where the work felt so exhausting. There were so many times when I wanted to abandon the piles of unwritten letters and leave the election up to fate. But in the end, I persisted, and the effort I put in paid off. It would have been a huge mistake, both for my community and myself, to have given up. In the long run, it was just as beneficial to me as it was to those around me. Doing good, doing mitzvah, is not a sacrifice. It is an investment in yourself and those around you. The Torah teaches us to love your fellow as yourself. Treat yourself as you would want others to be treated. Listen to yourself as you would listen to others. Show yourself compassion just as you would show others compassion. We can only begin to love the people around us when we begin to love ourselves. We take this time on Yom Kippur to look inwardly at ourselves, to give ourselves space to heal and atone, so that we can step into 5783 with lighter hearts and love to share. Rabbi Hillel famously said, "If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" Shana Tova.
These words tell the story of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Return us to you, O God, and renew us as you were at the beginning. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha. Hashivenu,
Peace, my heart, let the time for parting be sweet. Let it not be a death, but completeness. Let love melt into memory and pain into songs.
Let the flight to the sky end in the folding of the wings over the nest. Let the last touch of your hands be gentle like a flower of the night. Stand still, O beautiful end, for a moment, and say your last words in silence. I bow to you and hold my lamp to light your way.
We are about to say the Kaddish, a prayer to support those who are in mourning. Please rise if you have lost someone in the last 7 days. Please rise if you have lost someone in the past 30 days. Please rise if you've lost someone in the past year. Please rise if you are observing a yard site. As we look around this room and acknowledge the pain of our community, we all rise in support, saying these ancient Aramaic words on page 122.
Yit Gadol V'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'al Ma Divrach Ve'alti Ve'al Michma Hutei V'chayachon uvyomachon ufaye dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'izman kari v'imru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba u'marach le'olam almei almayach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yita'ar v'yit'arman yinaseh V'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal Shmei kusha brichu Le'ela ula min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbichata v'nechamata Damira be'alma v'imru Amen Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'Ruma, Huya Asei Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imru Amen.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Now I know I'm not alone.
Now I know I'm not alone.
'Cause I've been far.
I've been far.
Now I'm close.
Now I'm close.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home.
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Heart and soul.
Heart and soul.
Breath and skin.
Breath and skin.
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Oh, brother, please hold me tight.
Oh, brother, please hold me tight.
'Cause mother, I need some help tonight.
Mother, I need some help tonight.
What went wrong?
What went wrong?
Soon be right.
Soon be right.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Tell me, brother, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, brother, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Heart and soul.
Heart and soul.
Breath and skin.
Breath and skin.
Your love is
is strange.
Oh, Father, this world is strange.
Love me, Mother, and make me brave.
Love me, Mother, and make me brave.
In my dreams,
on this stage,
oh, Mother, this world is strange.
Oh, Mother, this world is strange.
Tell me, Father, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, Father, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Heart and soul,
breath and skin.
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Oh, sister, this world is strange.
Oh, sister, this world is strange.
Love me, Mother, and make me brave.
Love me, Mother, and make me brave.
In my dreams,
on this stage,
oh, Mother, this world is strange.
oh, Mother, this world is strange.
Tell me, sister, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, sister, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Heart and soul, breath and skin. Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Sweet Mother, I'm coming home.
Sweet Mother, I'm coming home.
Now I know I'm not alone.
Now I know I'm not alone.
'Cause I've been far.
Now
I'm close. Sweet Mother, I'm coming home.
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 Please continue to stay the day and pray with us. Rabbi Bauer's meditation will take place in the Martin Meyer Sanctuary at 4:15 p.m.
In this sanctuary at 4:15 p.m., we also have the afternoon Azkarah service. You are welcome to stay for that.
Yiz Kor and Neilah services begin promptly at 5:30 p.m. Havdalah will follow Neilah in the courtyard.
We have a full week of activities for Sukkot. Please check our website.
Feeding the hungry is one of the highest mitzvot. We have food donation barrels year-round in our courtyard. Do not just donate during the high holy days.
If you are not yet a member of this community, but felt connected during these high holidays, please come home to the Dome. Our wonderful membership director, Ariana Stoke, is here to answer any questions and help you become a part of Emanu-El.
Last but not least, please leave your prayer books on the seats. Gemar Tov.
Gemar Tov.